Tonight on the podcast, we have
Ramen Noodles and gambling.
the New York City Blackout and Gary Gnu.
Destiny and overpriced Nerf guns.
Real biscuits, and the Empire did nothing wrong.
All this and so much more on the official Team DBAH Podcast number 207. Come join us, why don't you? Welcome to the official Team DBAH Podcast number 207. I'm your host, Craig, otherwise known as Sin76. And this week we have Randal when he's there. There he is. We have James.
Hey, what's up?
And guess what? We have Dave.
Dave is back. Back again.
Oh, going old school there. Nice. I like it. I think that was like was that his first album? No, second album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be his second because it wouldn't make sense if he was back.
That's true. That's true. If it was first album, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. So how are you guys doing this week? How you doing, James?
I'm doing good, Craig. How have you been?
Not too bad. Not too bad. The weather's summer. The summer weather has finally broken around in the Northeast, so it's actually been in the 50s at night. Excuse me.
It's been glorious.
I know. How are you, Dave? I haven't talked to you in a while. How you doing?
Yeah, I haven't spoken to you, I think, since the last podcast I was on either. I'm pretty good. I'm attending a few classes, working overtime, and I have more stories to share.
Uh-oh.
Regrettably.
More content Chelsea cannot listen to.
Yeah, Chelsea, don't listen to this episode.
And because Randall's recording this podcast, he's clearly not melted yet.
No, not yet. And correction is his third album.
Thank you. See, I knew it was one of them. He's actually had a lot more albums than I give him credit for.
And he's making his new one.
No, stop it.
He just got done with his UK tour, and he's supposedly going to put it out sometime next year, maybe.
No kidding. Then he had
or maybe at the end of the year.
Yeah, the whole thing with D12.
Yeah, that still happens. And with Slaughterhouse. Eminem's making moves.
Damn.
In the shadows.
He makes lots of moves, which I appreciate because he's way better than almost everyone else out there.
Yeah, he is.
He's a busy guy.
Dude,
I actually saw... Yep.
I hate to interrupt, but I think we may have a third person joining us. Possibly.
Where?
I don't know.
Nope. Yes.
Nope.
Because we're trying to get a Team Dad Jokes thing going here.
Yeah, it's almost all of you.
What will you do?
So, speaking of Team Dad Jokes, are you guys are you all getting Destiny 2 to continue the saga?
Yes.
Oh, of course thrilled. I am. Yeah, we are forcing Dave to get Destiny 2 so we can do season 4 of Team Dad Jokes. But
I don't really have a choice in the matter.
But as the benevolent ruler that I am of Team Dad Jokes, even though it was half Dave's brainchild anyway, for season 4, a little bit of insider baseball, as Charlie would put it.
Sure.
We're going to have a special guest joining us in and out of season 4 for, when Dave just doesn't want to play Destiny and go sit and cry in a corner. Yes.
Specifically for when I don't want to play. That's the only reason we're doing this.
But also, no.
Oh.
No. It is Chelsea.
Wow. Yes.
Dave's sister will be replacing Dave occasionally in season 4 of Team Dad Jokes.
Provided Dave buys Destiny 2.
I already had to.
Yes, we've already made Dave do it, so
So does everyone have their Cade figure?
I have mine.
What figure?
If you pre-ordered it through GameStop, you got kind of a smaller.
Stock.
Yeah, if it was in stock, it was like a smaller version of a pop figure of Cade 6.
Yeah, it's just his head is in proportion to his body, as
it's like
opposite of a pop figure.
It's like Chibi Cade.
Yes.
I just went and got it out the store because it was the shortest route from buying something to going to lay down for immediate regret.
Yeah. But I do got to say, though, Season 4 is definitely going to be interesting.
Is it now?
Oh, yeah. Because Friday, me, George, and Chelsea did a little recording for my game channel. And we decided to... we're I can't speak today. English well.
Take 2.
Yes.
No, it's not editing it.
Damn it! We're doing it live.
Take 3.
Take 3. Now, I had the brainchild since Destiny 2 was coming out in a week as a send off to all the story missions. The final story missions one last time, and while we were playing, and apparently, Dave, you're not allowed to watch it. We've learned Chelsea is a lot more like Dave than we ever thought.
You see, I remember you telling me that. Apparently, we both share the same kill reflex.
Not even that. It's just like sometimes the anger issues came out, and some stories were mentioned, and yeah, it was just basically like playing with a female version of Dave.
Like, I don't know if that's... Yeah, it's a good thing Chelsea's not allowed to listen to this podcast. She'd find it. It's high school.
So she's on the video, but not allowed to listen to the podcast. Interesting.
But I'm not allowed to watch those videos either.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not allowed to watch the videos?
I'm not allowed to watch those videos.
You alright, Randall?
Yeah, kids are just chicks. Very, very big chicks.
Adolphus is planning a takeover of the world. We should be prepared.
So do you guys have to do anything before 2 comes out, or are you done with 1? Or are you even still playing 1 in general?
I have removed 1 from my storage drive.
Oh.
I'm fairly sure George has done that as well. It's still on mine, but
just in case.
But yeah, for all, yeah, I haven't touched it since we last recorded. So.
Well, because I know that they've already taken our... Shut the fuck up, computer. I will kick your ass. I already know they've taken our character data from 1, so I don't see too much interest in playing 1 again. Unless, like, as a joke for the very last week before Destiny 2, they released Year 1 Volus to Arc Health as a final strike.
Oh, so wait, I thought they weren't taking any data over.
They're taking your characters and what they've done, so to speak. Your armor and stuff aren't transferring over, but your character's appearance are.
Yeah, if you hit if you've surpassed, I think it was level 20, and completed the vanilla storyline, then, you can transfer that character over from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2.
And
but
Bungie's...
The look, you don't get to keep any of your stuff, right?
No, because all your stuff gets blown up by Gary, that prick.
Yeah.
Gary the Gnu.
Yeah. Your stuff, my stuff, and more importantly, my stuff.
Fuck you, Gary. Like, if that's not a line at like some distant point in some fan that made video, you see a distant "fuck you, Gary" every time he's on screen, I will be disappointed.
I'm gonna have to post a link to Gary the Gnu now.
I don't know that.
Gary the Gnu?
I'm trying to think, scratching the very shallow surface of my memory as to whether or not I know that.
The Great Space Coaster.
No, I don't know that. I don't think I've ever.
Show in early to mid '80s, and it was Gary the Gnu doing the news.
I don't know that. No.
That sounds fairly.
There's no
familiar.
Gnus, like Gary the Gnu. It's GNU, who's a Muppet.
Now I remember that.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but I just can't. I can't see it in my head. I bet you I've seen it, but I just didn't ever have a name associated with it.
I'll send you guys the link just so you have the reference, and I'll put the link on Twitter too. So these damn young people don't know who that is.
No, I remember that now.
Was he the Newsflash guy?
In the Great Space Coaster, yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yep. So yeah, I mean, it's not as exciting as going through He-Man names with Jamie, which is always an extremely fun time, but.
Was Jamie a He-Man kid when he was younger?
No. If there was a couple episodes back where
it was the Christmas episode.
It started with the Christmas episode, and in between then and now, it happened one or two more times. But we went over He-Man names, and Jamie was extremely excited about the quality of He-Man names
because they either end in man or.
Yeah. Well, this is the same guy who is obsessed with Howard the Duck. I totally see this happening. Speaking of Jamie, I may have earned his ire recently.
What'd you do?
You pissed the British guy off. Nice.
Well, this is actually a whole miniature odyssey for me yesterday.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah. Yesterday, as I was working and getting off work, I got one of those cravings for fried chicken, and I knew that there's no way I was going to go without it. So I figured, all right, you know what? I didn't even bother to go out for food until about 6:30. But I figured, you know what? I'll just go down to KFC. It's 15 minutes. I'll pick up fried chicken, and I'll come home and I'll eat.
Okay.
I drive the 15 minutes out, and the building that used to be the KFC is completely gone. There's just asphalt
like
spot.
gone.
Yeah, it's just asphalt.
You're not gonna get chicken from that then.
No. I was already 15 minutes out, and I thought, you know what? I can't go back empty-handed now. I have to drive around and find another KFC. So,
all right.
2 hours later, I finally made it home.
Wow, it took you 2 hours to find a KFC?
I didn't want to pull my phone out to find one. I just drove and I looked for the hottest parts of the country.
Wow.
Logic.
All right, go
Ironically, it wasn't that far from a school, so it makes sense.
Okay.
But so I got KFC, and that's when I realized, oh, wait. I always get biscuits when I go to a KFC or Popeyes because that's one of the next best things. Right. Jamie has always asked me what on earth is the difference between a biscuit and a roll. So I snapped a picture and told him, hey, Jamie, by the way, this is what a biscuit is. This is a real biscuit, not the crap you stick in your tea. And he said that's an abomination. We haven't spoken since.
I wonder, I got to say, though, like the Red Lobster biscuits.
Oh, those butter biscuits.
That's good eating right there.
Those Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have to ask me to kill the guy. The deed would be done already.
Yeah.
I go to Red Lobster once a year, usually for Denise's birthday, because usually my parents will come down from Staten Island, take us all out to dinner, and it's usually we go to Red Lobster because I think it's like my dad's one and only chance to go there because Denise.
Staten Island.
What's that?
I don't think there's any in Staten Island.
No, not anymore. There isn't even really that many around me. We got to drive like almost 20 minutes to get to it.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like the only time we ever go because Denise doesn't eat a lot of meat, but she likes fish.
All right.
So I hate seafood. So
that's sad. That made me a little sad.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
So, random note though, there is no easy way to get to Staten Island. No. There's not an easy way.
Which island is Staten Island out of the chain of New York, it's mythical places?
It's the tiny one at the bottom.
Yeah. And there is literally no easy way to get there.
You have You have 4 bridges, 3 from the Jersey side, 1 from the city.
Yeah.
Or you can take the ferry.
Is that the one with the Statue of Liberty, or am I just confused?
That's
that's Liberty Island.
That's Ellis Island.
No, that's
New York
Liberty
is just this mythical place where all I know about it is that everyone there thinks they're better than the rest of us.
No, we don't think. We know.
I gotta say though, it has an interesting smell in the morning.
Well, that's just because it's had an illegal dump there for 70-something years, but it's closed.
True.
It's closed.
True. No. When I was there,
New York or the Liberty Island?
No, the Staten Island dump.
So I gotta say though, I was in New York City when the Northeast had that massive blackout.
Oh God!
Early 2000s, the early aughts, as they say.
I remember that one.
That stretched from from the middle eastern seaboard to like Canada.
Yeah, it was like Maryland all the way up to like Niagara Falls.
Yep. We were in the city when that happened. I was in the Madame Tussauds building, looking at some wax figures. We were sitting there watching a movie, and the movie was going through like a transition of scenes. And it was in space. That was doing like a space scene, and the screen got dark. And that's right when the power went out. So all of us thought that it was part of the show. We were just sitting there for probably like 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, all the people working there came on with flashlights. They were like, everyone's gonna have to leave. So we go outside, and I swear to God, it was like being in a movie. Or maybe in The Last of Us or a video game. Times Square was off.
Yeah, it was just pandemonium.
And actually, it wasn't really pandemonium because this was post 9/11.
Yeah, that's true.
People were calm, but it was really eerie walking into Times Square or New York City in general, and everything is just off.
Yeah,
just completely off.
And the funny thing with that is people were actually like leaving apartments to sleep outside because it was actually cooler to sleep out on the street than it was inside their apartments.
It's not cool out because it was the middle of summer.
It was one of the warmest Augusts on record to that point.
We walked to Rockefeller Center. We got a table, and they were like, "Yeah, the only thing we can make is salad or salad with grilled chicken." Because they had kerosene grills. So we're like, all right, sure. And then it was, it's like $22 for a freaking salad with chicken. And the one thing I learned, though, toilets won't flush without electricity.
Nope.
Well, if you have an automatic flusher.
Learn that. So all of it, like, if you wanted to use the restroom in Rockefeller Center, it was lit by candlelight, and there was a line. That was fun. So we walked.
There's a guy at the end of the line desperately saying a prayer.
Yep. Arounds. We walked around a bit because what else are you gonna do? Really nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin at the time, way back when, she actually lived in one of the Trump Towers. She wasn't home, but we were able to somehow. I forgot what my cousins did. They were like proved we were related to her. So they didn't let us go upstairs. They were like, well, you can stay in the lobby. We're like, okay, where else are we gonna go?
Gee, that's nice.
So some of us slept on the floor. I don't even remember sleeping. I think I took like 10, 15-minute naps randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And people were sleeping on benches outside. And I remember there too, like they had a bathroom in the lobby. They're like, don't try to flush it, but you can go in there. I'm like, great.
How many hours until the looting started?
It really didn't.
Yeah, very surprisingly, there wasn't a lot of looting.
No, people were just like walking around. People in bars just kept drinking.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then,
in Chicago, they would have been looting like 5 seconds later.
And then I remember, I don't know what time it was in the morning. The power came back on. And one of the chandeliers in the lobby broke, it burst because it was just a sudden. No one turned the breaker off, I guess. So the power just came back on.
It just surged the light.
This rat ran across the lobby, and the maintenance guy who was walking back in, he took his shoe off and threw it at the rat.
That's New York for you.
That sounds like New York.
And then I remember walking outside because I couldn't stay inside anymore. I had to not be in the lobby anymore. Walking around outside, it smelled interesting.
All those toilets.
Yeah, there was a couple of bodegas and delis open, so I went in there. But yeah, the outside it smelled interesting.
Sounds like a shitty situation.
It was something. It was something.
Yeah. I think for the blackout, I was at work when we lost power, and it was interesting because I worked for a bank at the time, and we couldn't really kind of leave because we couldn't really set the alarms. So we actually had to. My manager actually just let most of us go, and it's just like one or two of us to kind of stay behind with her, just kind of keep an eye on everything. And we had to basically wait for a security guard to show up so that we could leave him there to keep an eye on everything. Even though the vault was on a time lock, we still couldn't leave without an alarm system on. So after that, it was going home, and it was really eerie driving home with, even though it was like the middle of the afternoon, it was really weird driving home with no traffic lights because no one knows what the hell to do.
I mean, you guys know what to do anyway with traffic lights?
If they're off or blinking.
Well, I have to say, in Staten Island, we've actually had people make lefts on red, so I'm going to say
perfect.
no. I'm going to safely say no. I
assume you have to treat it as a stop sign.
If the traffic light is out, you treat it as a 4-way stop.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Yeah,
but
that's the
rule.
rule.
Actually happen is the question.
Yeah,
it depends. If you get some people who actually are concerned about making it home alive, sure. For an asshole, no. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. I think I wound up actually playing my Game Boy Advance till the battery died, and then I'm like, it's 9:30. Oh, I guess I'm gonna go to bed. And there I am. And then I just sweltered in my room until like the power finally came back on it. Like, I think it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and just depending where you were all the way.
I sweltered in my room. I just get this picture of James wrapped in blankets in a giant sleeping bag, just laying in the corner like some giant cocoon. Sweat's dripping down his face.
No, but
he just keeps saying, "Any minute now."
Yeah, depending where you were, like some people where I live, like they didn't even lose power. I think they lost power for maybe like 10 minutes and it just came right back on.
Huh. Lucky them.
Yeah.
Was it where my wife, where Denise lived and where I live now? I don't even think they even ever lost power because I got a phone call from them going, "Can you go check on your sister-in-law?" I'm like, "Why? My brother-in-law's a firefighter. He knows what to do." "Yeah, but he may have went out and gone to help people, so you need to go check on her." I'm like, "Fine." So there I have. So after I finally safely got home, I then had to drive back out to go check on my sister-in-law. I get there, my brother-in-law is there, and he goes, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I go, "Mom called. She wanted me to check on you guys." "What? I'm here." She wasn't sure if you went into work or not. "No." I'm like, "All right, bye." And then I went home.
Nice.
Important question.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever mixed 2 different ramen noodles?
Like flavors?
Yeah.
No.
I just mixed pork and chicken, and it's pretty damn good.
Does it just taste like extra salt?
Yeah, super salt.
Super salt.
42% more sodium. 42% more sodium. 15% more cholesterol.
Instead of chicken salt, it tastes like super salt.
Nice. I've never had the shrimp one.
Shrimp is all right.
I've done the chicken and the Oriental one.
I think it's funny they still call it the blue one Oriental after all the...
That's racist.
But then again, it's ramen noodles. I mean, doesn't it come from China? Or, I mean, it's an American company, but...
I guess.
China? Ramen is a Japanese word, so...
I was going to say, it's Japanese.
Yeah, I mean,
I watch enough Mikey Chen videos to know every time he goes
Wait,
to
does
he
the
always
shrimp
wants to
one-
get a bowl of ramen.
Does the shrimp one actually have dehydrated shrimp in it?
I
Or does
think
it
back in
taste
the
like
day it used to, but it doesn't anymore. It just kind of tastes like fish. It doesn't even really taste like shrimp.
It's more like that. Those flavoring packets, the ones that are bad for you, and that you usually don't use at all.
Oh, okay.
Full of MSG. But I have some, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, like, flamin' hot, extra double ramen noodle challenges on Facebook. But there's this one dude who did the challenge, and he almost threw up with... It's Korean noodles with, like, extra super hot sauce that you put into it.
It's like nuclear ramen.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I bought a box of, like, 4 different ones, and I've tried 2 of them, and they're pretty hot, but they're not as hot as they made it out to be. But then again, I do eat...
You know what you should do then, Randall, is you should just get a huge little gobble of wasabi and just toss that in your mouth. See if you can survive
I've actually done that, and it doesn't feel good, but it's not that hot. It just kind of lingers.
It doesn't feel.
Especially because when I put it in my mouth, I pushed it up against the roof of my mouth, you know, where the sinus cavity is, and so my nose felt very bad.
I guess wasabi doesn't really work like traditional Western spices, but too much of it, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. No, you want to know it doesn't taste good at all? Is a drink called a Prairie Fire.
That doesn't sound very appealing.
Okay, explain.
So one night, we were in college, excuse me, and we go out after the art department had always, like, the end of the year had, like, art shows. Excuse me. And we would go out drinking afterwards, right? So went to there's like 2 or 3 bars close to the school, so we went there. And we stopped. We were at one of them, and we were drinking whatever. And like, you're a couple hours in, you're feeling okay, and this dude goes, "Hey, do you want to try a Prairie Fire? I'll buy it." I'm like, all right. That was my first mistake.
You caught my attention. Let's see what's up.
So he gives me this glass with this red liquid in it, and I drank it like a dumbass. I didn't even really think before this. I really don't even think I was drunk. I just took it because he gave it to me.
Right.
And I drank it.
Do.
Yeah. And it was not good at all. Would you like to know what is in a Prairie Fire?
I'm guessing Fireball.
No.
No. Oh. Wow.
It is
napalm.
It's tequila
Yeah.
and Tabasco sauce.
Oh. Why?
Yeah. And I stopped drinking after that because I felt horrible.
I mean, at least you sriracha.
As one would.
I'm like, I don't want to drink anything anymore.
Honestly, the only thing I think Tabasco is good on is like hash browns.
It also goes good on eggs.
Eggs
on
and
scrambled eggs. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I have a friend who actually mixes it with ketchup for her French fries.
They have Tabasco.
Okay.
Yeah, mixing it with stuff I see, but I mean just like by itself.
Yeah. Okay, but also Randall.
Yeah.
Not to make me and Craig feel any older than we already are. Back around our college days, Fireball and Sriracha really wasn't a thing.
See, James, I heard him, and I was trying to ignore that.
I am trying to educate the youngin. I am sorry.
I was trying to skip. He said that, and that wasn't a thing when we were in college. So
no, it was not.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of
Damn
time
it.
frame. I was just thinking.
We weren't thinking
alcohol.
of the age difference. We would have noticed if you hadn't brought it up.
No.
Well, because
go to
go ahead.
I was saying, if you go to a noodle place and you put sriracha in noodles, that's pretty good.
Definitely. I muted myself when I was already muted. But anyways, I was gonna say there's 4 or 5 different bars around here that offer Fireballs for $1 if you buy a drink. And I'm like, yeah, everybody loves Fireball.
So wait, are you just doing a shot of Fireball,
Yes.
or is this a mixed drink?
Just a shot of Fireball. You buy a drink, you get a shot of Fireball for $1.
It's only 5 mana.
So if you buy
Really
3
just
beers, you get 3 shots of Fireball.
Really just cinnamon gum.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like hot tamales melted down and then have liquor like a little bit sproused in there.
Yes, or it's really good. Goldschlager. They don't make that anymore.
That was like one of the first things I've ever drank. Those little tiny
I remember
bottles. Yeah.
again back in college again.
Of course.
When it was Christmas, so most of the classes were over. But I was friends with the people in that ran the art department. They weren't teachers, but they were administrative people.
Right.
But I just went there because I had one final. And I'm like, I don't want to go home. I'll just hang out with them. So one of them, somebody, I don't know if it was them, but someone brought in a whole bottle of Goldschlager. And yeah, we finished that while playing Marathon. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, which marathon? Which marathon? 1, 2, or 3?
Or either.
Probably, I think it was 1 or 2 at the time.
Marathon's in my top 10 games of all time.
Marathon
I played that before I even played Doom.
So try drinking half a bottle of Goldschlager and playing a first-person shooter.
Oh God, that's just regretting a bottle right there.
Marathon wasn't just a first-person shooter; it was a tactical first-person shooter. They had corner ducking.
Did you guys get all the mods and whatnot for all them games? My dad had a shit ton of mods for Marathon Evil, where it was there was this one called Chain Reaction where I remember you had to go through this little circle room and then you found one of the Bobs and you had to shoot him in the head and then in the chest. If you didn't, every other Bob in the room started exploding, and every time you respawn, you would just be in the middle of a chain reaction explosion of Bobs.
Oh, really?
It was pretty ridiculous. And then there was another one. There was just a bunch of those black monster. I don't remember what.
Actually, if you go back and look at Marathon, since it's a Bungie game, gaming. See, we're talking about gaming. If you go back and look at Marathon, the aliens in the first Marathon look like the Fallen.
Right.
They do.
Also, pro tip: you can still download some of the Marathon games on the old Bungie websites they have.
You can actually, Bungie offers all 3 of them for free. You could just go ahead and grab them.
Yep. I think they're even actually on the iPhone.
Ooh. Well, guess what I'm going to be doing soon.
So hold on, before you continue, one of my first lessons in folder structure, my dad had Marathon and a whole bunch of other games on his G4 Mac back in the day.
Nice.
And
I was playing it on.
So
wait, I'm older than your dad. God damn it.
So there was a games folder he had, and I made a copy of that games folder onto another place, and then I was like, well, I made a copy of the folder, so I can just delete this other folder with the games in it, because there's already a copy over here, so I don't need all this space anymore. Deleted everything from his game list, and then nothing worked. I was like, oh shit. He got home, he was pissed, but he was like, at least you know now, that's not how it works. When you make copies of stuff, it's literally just a shortcut.
Yeah, look what my sibling did.
That's like when Pete. I just feel like that's kind of like when Pete deleted my 2 Guardians from Destiny, my first Hunter and my first Warlock and Titan. I come back, I'm like, wait, something's missing here.
That's why I'm making sure to explain little by little to the kids.
Yeah.
When you guys go into the games, don't delete the save files.
Speaking of games on iDevices, whatever you call them anymore. Last time I was on the podcast way long ago, but not as long ago as other things. I told you about a game, Craig, called Fire Emblem Heroes. I was curious.
Yes.
Have you been bitten by this at all?
Not yet, because I was silly and put the beta of iOS 11 on my phone, so a lot of stuff doesn't work.
Because I was going to tell you, in case you didn't know, tomorrow they're releasing you get to pick one of 4 or 5-star heroes for free.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they are all absurdly powerful, and I'm looking forward to getting the one I want.
Oh, well, maybe I'll just download it right now again.
Yeah, go ahead. In fact, they added a new thing recently, an update, which I think is really cool. Your first roll on any new banner or group of characters is free. So you can it gives you a chance to get a lot more characters for free in case you don't want to spend anything, which is really cool.
So let's see. Yeah, well, get that. Yep, sure, free. Let's do it. Yep, download it now.
The list of Fire Emblem people grows.
Hey, I still randomly play Pokemon.
I actually haven't. I deleted that, and I have not actually grabbed it again.
I play it randomly. I know there's a couple areas around here that like raids pop up. So one of my friends texted me. He's like, I'm having lunch at the beach. I think people are playing Pokemon because all these random people just ran up to one spot together, kept looking at their phones, and then like after a few minutes, they all like walked away and went back to doing whatever they were doing.
Nice.
Oh, dude, speaking of Pokemon Go, I haven't played it in like a year, and then people at my office are like, dude, the gym, there's like a raid battle. I'm like, what? So I look at it, and I'm like, oh, cool. So we did it, beat it, didn't catch the guy. The other day we beat like a Flareon, and I finally caught it. So I was like, cool, I beat a raid and caught it.
Nice.
It was just 4 of us, too, and we beat it.
Oh, that sounds impressive, because it sounds like you usually use a lot more people in that. I should get back into that, especially because they've probably added a lot more stuff since when I was playing it. It's just that between Fire Emblem and this other game I have called One Finger Death Punch, I feel pretty satisfied.
That's a song, isn't it?
I think there's 4 more fingers onto that. Yeah, 5.
Oh,
that's a band. One Finger Death Punch is it was a Steam game, but now and before that it was a Newgrounds game. I got it on the iPhone because it's fun to play. You just hit left or right to attack the guys who are coming at you, and it's just a lot of fun. Beat them up.
Nice.
Is that kind of like One Punch?
Oh, dude, I wish it was like One Punch. That's such a fun anime.
All right, so I haven't bought a wrestling game in a while, partly because I just watched some of Jake's videos, so I feel like I'm playing it. But
right.
2K18, its roster has gone up to 125 playable wrestlers.
Yeah, WWE's buying up everything.
So here are some of the ones they just recently announced, which these have given me cause to probably buy this game. All right, so there's Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Big Cass, Finn Balor, Chris Jericho. Who else? I'm not going to read everyone on this list, but those are the ones that people are still wrestling. Here's some people back from the golden age. You ready? Mick Foley, Rick Martel, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Rikishi, Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect,
oh wow,
Lex Luthor, Razor Ramon, Vader, Ric Flair, and you ready? Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I feel obligated to buy this now.
Yeah,
Isn't that Bobby Roode's dad?
How did they pull that off?
No, it's not Bobby Roode.
Ravishing Rick.
Sorry, I had to ask the dumb question.
He did the famous thing of being on Raw when it used to be recorded. And
then live on Nitro.
At the same time,
right.
Freaked everyone out. And after that, Raw was live.
Well, after that, Vince McMahon started putting in non-compete clauses where you cannot appear on a competitive television for 30 days.
Yep.
Just one guy fucked it all.
Yes. But yeah, I might have to actually buy this now.
Well, the thing was,
still alive.
Yes, he's still alive, and according to his fiance, he's actually improving.
Good.
Yes. But yeah, that actually happened a lot more often back in the 90s than a lot of people probably remember. It was just the Rick Rude incident is what really kind of pushed it, because you had Lex Luger, who appeared at a pay-per-view one night and then appeared on Nitro the next night. You had Jeff Jarrett, who dropped the IC title to China at like one of those in your house pay-per-views, and then the next night was on Nitro cutting a scathing shoot on the WWE. And then you had the Rick Rude incident where he was on 2 channels and 2 promotions at the same time.
Yep.
And then Vince was like, no, this can't happen anymore.
What was funny about the Rick Rude thing is WCW timed it exactly when he was on Raw. That's when he appeared on WCW.
Yeah.
So it was I remember watching. I'm like, wait a minute. How the hell is this? Why? What?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Confusion. Mass confusion.
Yeah, but then they kind of fucked up and it backfired on them because they were all like, "Oh, Raw's always pre-recorded, blah 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 blah," and then of course, what's his name, Tony Schiavone, decided to run his mouth saying, "Mick Foley's gonna win the WWF title tonight. Who's gonna want to watch that?"
Everybody
watched that.
And at that point, Raw started taking the Monday Night War away from WCW.
Yep. So wacky time. Then.
And that's what you call a slobber knocker.
There you go.
Good old JR.
He calls slobber or burn farm something.
Going back to the wrestling game, though, I've actually, like, the last wrestling game I think I got was 2K16. We had one just rib-breaking debauchery playing that.
Oh, God. That was an amazing night.
I mean, just the laughter alone was hilarious. But I feel like buying a wrestling game anymore for who's in it seems... like everyone you said, like, I know a good majority of those people, and it's like, oh, wow, that's really cool. But I know that if I were to get the game, I would never play as one of those, because just the character creation in wrestling is such an incredible feature.
That's true. That is true.
It'd be nice if they actually updated it every now and then, but yeah.
All I want to know, I'll get 2K16 guaranteed if they guarantee one thing for me, that you see intros during an online multiplayer match. So that way, if we ever do it again, we can see each other's intros and see some games come forward.
God,
that would be cool.
I could only imagine H2 Neyman's entrance.
It's the return of H2 Neyman.
God.
Don't forget the dynamic diarrhea.
Oh God, I forgot about that one.
Why is only one of his Jamie? Why is only one of his arms dirty? He likes that hand.
And then we were just like, oh!
Yeah, when you guys realized what the brown was all over his body. Zach was kicking the crap out of me up to that point, and then he just suddenly turned and ran the other way.
Nice.
Zach was really good at that game. And Zach was the MVP of the night that day. Just for the simple line of when he came out as his Mr. America guy, and he was beating the shit out of everyone. Like, Zach, what are you doing? Welcome to the Olympics, motherfucker.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if he had played before, or if he was just like beginner's luck, but he just beat the crap out of everyone he fought. I got mad because I lost, and so like as my character's walking off, I think I can't let Zach win, and I managed to convince. Well, I wasn't entirely convinced, but help persuade George, and Charlie to double team Zach. He kept fighting them, but when one of them would go like limp and tired, the other would get up and just start hitting him, and they actually beat him up, and he was so mad.
He was getting so annoyed at that. Yeah, because let's see, who was it? It was me, you, George, Jamie,
Charlie,
Tybers was with us for a while.
We had like 8 or 9 people throughout the entirety of the night.
Yeah, because I think after Jamie had left, that's when we got Zach in.
Yeah.
And then, and I love how Charlie always described that night. We recorded for 3 hours. He has about an hour and 20 minutes worth of usable footage because of all the loading screens.
Honestly, I feel like you could have released the loading screens as videos anyway, because that's where some of the funniest stuff was said.
Oh, yeah. That half the time, that's hysterical stuff, because actually, going back to the start of the podcast when I was talking about how I did that video me, Chelsea, and George did, we waited for George for about a good half hour in the reef, and we had found something interesting that you can actually get to the bottom of the reef and survive. Mm-hmm. And so, seriously, I just decided to set my recording because I didn't know when George was going to be on. So, like, literally, me and Chelsea just screwed around in the reef for about a good half hour, and then when George came in about another 10 minutes or so, I'm releasing that before we do all the story missions, just as a Destiny goofing off video. And it's literally it's going to be completely unedited. It's just going to be me and Chelsea having fun in the reef, and then George coming in and having some fun, and then then it's going to cut right before the mission starts.
Well, everything funny, especially in a video game, always happens off the cuff and off camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I realize now is why PlayStation, Xbox added the record feature for playback, is because they knew that it would happen after someone had stopped recording when they weren't paying attention. Like, one of the funniest things I think I've ever done was completely off the cuff with Charlie playing Dark Souls 3. We had stopped recording for the night, or we weren't even recording for an hour, and we started talking about one character in it, Lilith of Cortland, who during Dark Souls 3, you have to find these big bad guys, beat the crap out of them, kill them, then take their skulls back to be used as kindling for a fire. He's the only one who didn't run away that you had to hunt down, so he's been sitting there the whole time. And as the fire animation begins, you see his body flinch, I guess, or whatever, just start shaking and just melt away. And so I think Charlie was playing with me first, and then we were doing his, so we weren't recording, and we just started making sound effects for him in the background of this supposed, meant to be important in serious cutscene. You hear, ah! It burns so much! Why did I do this?
Wow. It's funny because it's true. That was Dave. Did you like that mod I sent you for Dark Souls?
I saw that. That was very well skinned. I actually stopped and paused it during lunch. Thankfully, it wasn't actually working, because otherwise I'd be in trouble for being on my phone. But I stopped and paused it because I was desperately trying to figure out. I see crossbow bolts. What crossbow fires that quickly?
That one.
Yeah. The machine gun crossbow, of course.
That looked cool though. That was a cool mod.
That was very well done. I'm very impressed by that.
Also impressive. Do you guys know what is this Friday? September 1st. Yep, September 1st. But it is Force Friday 2.
Oh.
What?
Force Friday 2. You're that excited. So what it is
can we all please fly that announcement lower so I can
Disney is ramping up promotion for the next Star Wars movie. They did this last year, or not?
It comes out on my birthday.
2 years ago, 2015. Wow, that was 2 years ago. Damn. With Force Awakens. So they kind of, promote Star Wars everywhere. So what Force Friday is, if you download the Star Wars app on your phone, you get some cool augmented reality things. So if you go in certain stores, or if you're in certain locations, if you're in the Star Wars app and you hold up your phone to said location or structure, you'll see some cool Star Wars effect on your phone.
Oh, that's cool.
That integrates the background. They also are doing a big toy promotion with everything Star Wars. Let's see.
James, here comes your Nerf guns.
So if you go in a Disney store, do they even still have those anywhere?
Not where I live.
They closed one near us too. I think there's one in New York City.
There's still one in the Freehold Mall, I believe.
So let's see. Well, this says New York City, Chicago, and San Francisco. So I don't know if any of the other ones will, if there even are any other ones.
Those might be actually pilot stores. So
true. If you're one of the first 100 guests, you get a poster. You get a R2-D2 drawing, and there's some fun things they're doing. See I don't like Walmart. I guess I should see what they're doing though. I really hate Walmart.
They're not really doing anything. It's Walmart.
Said it.
They're stealing your money.
Let's see. Nope, they're just gonna have, first-hand toy. Every store is gonna have their own exclusive toy and collectible for Star Wars.
Are there going to be lightsabers on sale? Because if so, I'm going to buy about 10 or 20 lightsabers and create a giant battle.
That's very possible. I know Toys R Us will be opening at midnight. All their stores will be opening at midnight. And you will get a free Funko Pop Star Wars t-shirt and a free collectible Last Jedi poster while supplies last. Target. Let's see what Target is doing. Also, toy exclusives. Some exclusive. You can enter a raffle to win a plush toy. Staples has some drones on sale. Not really that exciting. Staples. Pottery Barn. Really? Pottery Barn. What?
Okay, that's about as random as
I'm
the Destiny
going down the list. Yeah, so you find the Force online and watch imaginations take flight with the Pottery Barn Kids Star Wars Collection bedding and backpacks. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Well, someone has to sell that stuff.
Fair play.
Let's see.
I was going to say, that's about as random as when the Destiny figures came out, that Walgreens, of all places, got an exclusive version.
Walgreens getting in on that Destiny money.
I gotta say, Walgreens has a history of getting exclusive toys. They've been doing it for a few years now. Let's see, Kohl's. You get exclusive Last Jedi gear. You can also use the app there. I guess you're going to Kohl's.
No, I hate Kohl's. Little side note: Kohl's will sometimes occasionally get some Nerf guns that are exclusive to them, and the problem is it's usually like the ones people like really want. Like when they re-released the Alpha Trooper, it was a Kohl's exclusive, which really annoyed everyone because Kohl's overcharges for like every friggin' thing in that store. So where Target like last year was selling it for $20, Kohl's was selling it for $60.
Oh.
Yeah, and now
you have to use your Kohl cash and your coupons.
Yeah, if you coupon the shit out of it, you can probably get it for what it should actually sell for. Because they actually just released the Raven, which is, again, something everyone's really been wanting. And it's a Kohl's exclusive for $80.
That's weird.
All right, sorry, rant over.
No, that's fine. Let's see. JCPenney, if there's any of those near you still.
Still exists.
You get a $10 bonus reward if you spend $50 or more on Star Wars merchandise. Hot Topic. All Star Wars t-shirts are going to be $12, and Funko Pops are going to be 2 for $18.
Hot Topic's like a Hot Pocket. I avoid both.
Also, you will get some AR experiences there as well. GameStop, everyone's favorite store.
They're selling Star Wars Battlefront for $55.
Let's see. They'll be participating in Find the Force, featuring characters from the Star Wars universe, which is part of the app. Battlefront 2 is available for pre-order because it's not already. Why is this even a thing?
Because
I guess. Think Geek. What are they doing here?
Oh, you just reminded me. The old X-Wing and TIE Fighter games might be on sale on September 1st.
They might be.
I'm going to have to check Steam.
If your computer can run them and not have it be like it's on Mach 12.
Well, my computer's old and dinky, so it should be able to do it.
I got the TIE Fighter Special Edition a couple of years ago. Yeah. My computer ran it too fast. I couldn't.
Too much processing power?
Yeah, it didn't work. FYE. FYE is going to have an exclusive Last Jedi Funko Pop as some extra merchandise. Build-A-Bear? All right, I'm not going to get into Build-A-Bear. But it's buy one, get one, half off for Star Wars Build-A-Bear. Have you ever seen a Build-A-Bear?
Not a Star Wars one.
It's really violent how they stuff those things in the machine.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. Let's see.
The kids have some.
You have to teach the kids young.
See, Brookstone's just going to have stuff on sale. Books A Million, the bookstore. Let's see. They're going to have some Star Wars activities, cosplay, and some product launches all this weekend. And Best Buy, what's Best Buy doing? No, nothing really major other than unlocking the AR stuff in the app. Here's another random one for you. Bed Bath & Beyond. Mm-hmm. Find the Force in all stores in Bed Bath & Beyond. So another little AR thing for you to do. Let's see, what else we got here? Amazon. Amazon's just going to have stuff on sale.
Jesus, fucking everyone has everything.
Yep. And I'm skipping some other stores, like ones I've never heard of, like Best Buy Canada, which is really just doing the same thing as Best Buy here is doing.
What the fuck's in Canada?
What's Box Lunch? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a website. Who goes to that? I don't know.
Ace Hardware. 50% off of all plumbing products, so you can build your own lightsaber.
BP Teen. Never heard of it.
Hell?
Yeah.
All right, now you're making shit up.
No,
that sounds like a piping
this from
company.
Star Wars website. And the lastly is if you're near an Apple store, this is actually kind of neat. This is more geared towards kids, but anyone can go. I know anyone can go to them. They'll teach you how to code, but they're going to use Star Wars droids.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty cool. It's free to do.
Look, Randall, you didn't have to go to school. You just had to wait for Force Friday too.
I know,
See
right?
that? They're also going to show you how to make a full-length Star Wars trailer using iMovie.
Oh,
as well.
That's nice of them.
Yeah.
My trailer for Team Dad Joke Season 3 is probably better.
So this weekend, if you're around, you can download the Star Wars app and use some fancy AR stuff. I personally like better than VR, but that's just me.
You know, there are two things I want to bring up. One of them really quick because I don't really give a shit about Destiny. James, there's going to be a live action trailer for Destiny tomorrow. Yes. Enjoy that if you want. That's what. That's just what I've heard.
Of course I will.
Yep.
Of course I will.
I'm sure you'll send me a link 4 times. This so quick is what you reminded me of more. You reminded me of my favorite subreddit in the world. The Empire did nothing wrong, which is. I don't know if you guys know what the subreddit is. It's a subreddit of people who support the Empire and hate the rebellion because the Empire is actually the good guys.
Oh, I saw some of that, and actually one of the drawings on it was actually pretty cool.
They have some brilliant artwork.
It was the stormtrooper. You don't see their face, but the stormtrooper is sitting down, but their gloves are off, and it's like their hands are tattooed.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like it says Empire on their fingers. It's kind of cool, actually.
I saw that, but they take defending the Empire very seriously, and so I thought I'd read you just one question from their FAQ: how come stormtroopers can't hit anything?
Okay.
This is their answer. This is an egregious and frankly infuriating lie that has no merit and a hysterical record of note. Historical, damn it. In all instances that stormtroopers were under orders to eliminate the opposition, they did so with capable ferocity. The seizure of Tantive 4, the assault on the rebel base on Hoth, the capture of rebels on Cloud City, an initial response to an ambush by numerically superior terrain-adapted indigenous presence on Endor. In every instance where stormtrooper performance appeared to plummet, they are acting under orders, such as allowing rebels to escape the Death Star so as to track them to the rebel base on Yavin 4, allowing rebels to escape Cloud City with a disabled hyperdrive so as to capture them with the Executor's tracker beam, or were facing command and control disruption from a force that had achieved technological parity. For example, the moment when the Endor ground battle turned is when the rebel Chewbacca commandeers one of our own ATST light armor units. Up until then, the indigenous inhabitants of the Endor and the rebels they aided were losing rapidly. The rebel propaganda has been so effective in cementing the latter instances an example of stormtroopers operating at normal levels of efficiency is a severe indictment of the gullibility of the populace.
Huh.
And they have a lot of things under here, but a lot of it makes sense. And so I'd like to encourage you guys to join the Empire and fight to kill all the rebel scums out there, because they're a bunch of little shit whores. Luke is a radicalized terrorist. Don't trust his lies. And the Jedi were just religious extremists who tried to kill a political leader because of his beliefs. Tell me I'm wrong. I dare you.
Wow. Steve, man, you think the average stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet?
I will fight
those poor contractors.
I will fight you.
You know what? They knew what they were getting into. So
it's true. It's actually, you know what I think about it? You think Star Wars was referencing Kevin Smith when they made Finn like in sanitation?
That's actually a really good question. I wonder if that's true. J.J. Abrams did that as a little nod.
I think it might have been more for the trash compactor option. Just like a build up for that joke alone.
That's possible. It's definitely possible.
I'm sorry, I want to live in Craig's world.
Joke's on you. Craig's already living there.
Damn it. Oh my god, I just got an email saying my Dropbox is going to get turned off. Bastards. Sorry.
No one's allowed to turn off my Dropbox, or else shall it drop.
So last question for the night. Have you guys been playing anything new, or are you guys just waiting for new games? Not playing anything new. Are you playing anything, or are you just waiting for new games?
Dave, you can go first.
I am playing a lot of Diablo 3 because that is in season right now, and okay. I want to try and get the end of season rewards, get the outfit for my wizard.
Did you get the Necromancer pack?
I did, and the Necromancer is beautifully overpowered in some ways. Like summoning minions in Diablo 3 as a Necromancer is everything you wish it could have been in Diablo 2. Overpowered monsters that run forward and do all the killing for you.
Nice.
And then I've also been playing Bloodborne again because you can never have enough Bloodborne.
That's fair.
Yep.
How
about you, James?
I actually too have also been playing Diablo 3 on and off between Dave and Chelsea, and yes, I do have the Necromancer pack, which I was actually playing the other night with Chelsea. We've been playing it on hard. I've maybe played with the Necromancer 3 times. It's my highest level character now.
Are you guys doing the story? Are you doing the season? Or are you doing adventures?
What happens in season is when you put a character in a seasonal, whether you make a new one or from your old, they're put back to level 1. All their stuff is taken away, put in storage, and the game is essentially reset. It's like if you had just bought the game brand new. So you still have to level everybody up and go through it. So you play through the story, and then there are a bunch of challenges added onto adventure mode.
Yeah, I'm playing through with my Demon Hunter. I also have it's not a Paladin. What's the night one? The
Crusader?
Crusader.
That's it. Crusader.
Paladin's a bitch.
Yeah, I have a Crusader, and I too have a Necromancer, and it's as glorious as Dave described it.
Nice.
What I would love to do, and Dave and Chelsea have also agreed with me on it, is one night if Charlie is free, because we've been playing with him and I know he has a Necromancer as well, get all 4 of us to load up our Necromancer and just start
to break the game, huh?
Just start summoning shit left and right to see how bad we can get the frame rate to drop.
I remember in 2 it was not good when you had 50 skeletons go down a hallway.
Yeah, when you go into Hero Editor and you that actually goes up to 99.
Yeah. Well, that's like the whole thing. Like the skeletons, I think you can get
get 9 you can have 9 skeletons max. You can't change the number of skeletons; it automatically happens.
Yeah.
You can resurrect. You can revive up to 10 minions, and you can have a golem. And then I think, based on what I've been able to experiment with using mana, you can summon up to 5 skeleton mages. So you can get just like under 25 creatures at a time, and they will break things.
Yeah. So just imagine all that times 4. That would be glorious.
That's just amazing.
Quick question, James. Have you ever made up a random game out of an existing game to get kids to play a game? For instance, I took a Crazy Eights card game that they had and just told them to match the numbers, take turns matching numbers.
Yeah, I've done that with my
kids.
Just to kind of
it's a really
As you can hear in the background, it's working very well.
Yeah.
It's a good game, 52 pickup.
Right? I was going to do that next.
You see, when you said make a game out of a game, I thought you meant like following the driving laws in GTA.
Right.
Actually, I used to play this game with my cousin, but it involved like baseball cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you stand next to a wall, like a doorway or a wall. You hold your card against the wall. You let it go and let it flutter down to the floor. And then the next person goes and they do the same thing. And you keep going until someone's card lands on another card, and whoever's lands on that card gets all of them. It's like a weird form of playing war.
Right, I was just thinking that. You know they have war in the casinos now?
Stop it.
Yeah, that's
Really?
They have war tables in the casino. I was going to play because I thought I was really good at war, but with like 6 decks, it's kind of impossible to tell how good you are.
Well, isn't that just like, at that point, it's just pure fucking chance either way. You have a better chance of getting winning hand in poker.
Right, that's true.
That's crazy.
If you're going to do that, just go play blackjack and learn to count.
I mean, I haven't been at a casino in
and
like
I don't
a
mean,
year, but damn.
And I don't even mean like counting cards. I mean just learn to count to 21. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
It's the age at which they allowed you to start drinking legally. People should know this.
No, what you do is you just go play video poker. You just get free drinks.
Yep. Sit at the bar, play video poker, get drinks all night. Put $20 in. Well, now, the first time I went to Vegas, they didn't really have a limit on how much, or I didn't pay attention to the limit. But every casino I went to, they're like, did you put $20 in? Did you put $10 in? Did you put $15? I'm like, really? You guys want to like measure how much I put in for my free drinks? I get it, but really?
I know, right?
At this point, just give me the free drinks. I'll sit here and look stupid.
Anytime I go to the casino with people, I am not allowed to stand near them when they gamble.
bad luck.
Yeah. Yep. I am a cooler. I should just have a casino hire me.
Well, I figure the way it goes, and like even if someone puts like $5 in, if you're giving them like 4 drinks, they're gonna want to put a bunch more money in.
You would think that, yeah.
The more you feed somebody drinks, the more their inhibitions go down, and the more they'd be willing to gamble.
I know, right? I still don't understand craps. I mean, I get the concept, but I've never played it.
Is that the one where you throw the die and you have to get it to land on a certain number, or am I thinking of a different one?
No, that's it. And then people are betting either with you or against you.
Well, what it is, I can tell you about this because this is a game of statistics. I got to learn all about this for a research paper last semester. You're betting on statistics of what number lands where in probability, and also what.
All right.
You're betting on what the number is going to be, and then how many rolls he's going to get before it resets or ends. So everybody gets a turn rolling, and as you go around, you bet on what number is going to pop up and where they're going to land.
So you're rolling the dice, and I'm betting that you're going to roll a 6,
or 7, or 11, or so on. Yes, and so everyone gets bets, and everyone takes turns throwing the die down into the table. And there are certain other odds and probabilities you can bet on. So it's the idea that he'll roll so many in a roll before he hits a 7, has to ends his rolls.
Oh, I see. All I know is people get very excited with that game. With that game and any of the Asian gambling tables, a lot of excitement. Don't know what's happening, but very exciting for them. Whoever's playing it. So yeah.
Did I mention on the last podcast that I won like $700 in Vegas when I went?
No.
Well, not the last podcast, but like 4 podcasts, maybe 5 podcasts ago. Yeah, I went to Vegas and I was playing the Wheel of Fortune slot machines, the dollar ones, nonetheless. I put like $30 in. I was like, fuck it. I think it was on Fremont or whatever, but I played like 3 or 4 hands and I started losing. I was betting max, so it was like $5 a hand, and I played like a few of them, and then I hit one, and then it hit the Wheel of Fortune one, and then it hit the bonus, which was the jackpot, and it was like $670. It was like, god damn.
And that's
paid
when
for
you
my trip.
walk away.
Yep, I definitely did. I cashed out, and I played another hand after I cashed out, but after that, I walked away. I was like, nope, not doing it anymore.
Yep. So the longer you play, statistically, the more money you will lose. So if you hit a big point,
yep,
dip the fuck out of there.
I was like, that paid for my hotel and for the gas, so I'm done.
Yep, and then someone sits there and wins the giant jackpot.
All right. Well, it's kind of shitty because Alyssa was playing the penny machines and she kept hitting it, and I was telling her, you're ahead, go ahead and leave, but she was only ahead like $20 because there's a penny machine.
Yeah. Well, usually the lower the amount is usually
the more you actually hit.
Better the payouts are. Yeah.
But I kept hitting on the penny machine, and I was only getting like 70 cents to every dollar I put in, and I was like, yeah, I'm winning, but I'm losing at the same time.
Yeah, you'll hit more often, but it's not worth the payouts.
Yeah, and don't ever play the Walking Dead machine because it doesn't make any fucking sense at all, unless you're Alyssa. Like, yeah.
Don't support the stupid. We have to weed them out.
Oh man. Now I want to go to the casino now.
But real quick, before I know this is about over,
did not even a game.
Did anybody mention the Overwatch updates?
Ooh, like Mercy?
No, my PlayStation told me it installed an update.
Yeah, there was like a 14 gig update yesterday. Gemma!
Yeah, it was huge. They I know some of the character changes are they reduced Widowmaker's hook shot to 8 seconds instead of 12. Junkrat now can throw 2 mines out, not at the same time, but one after the other to give him mobility.
Oh, nice.
Yep, and his ult also travels faster now, and there's not a limit for when it's climbing up a wall, so that will help hopefully secure more kills with his Riptire.
Someone else can heal while he moves.
Roadhog can move when he heals, and he gets 50% damage resistance while he's healing. So no one can waste your health bar anymore when you're healing up.
And Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. I'm pretty sure there's something else, but those are the important things.
There are a couple other character ones that they weren't characters I usually play with, so I didn't pay too much attention, but they added Deathmatch now. So people are just going to be running around murdering each other as Genjis.
But oh my god, the PTR Mercy, I don't know if I talked about this the last podcast, is freaking OP as fuck. They really need to be. She's going to get so many debuffs over the next couple of weeks on the PTR.
She's going to get nerfed pretty hard, and then she's going to be... It's going to be the usual MOBA team character cycle where someone's going to get nerfed into the ground, and then she's going to be absolutely horrible to play for the next 2 years.
I'll just say this. Nano Boost Mercy and PTR is the meta right now. And that's like kind of the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard. But Nano Boosting Mercy is literally the most impactful thing you can do in PTR right now.
Yeah, I love the idea of like Mercy doing more damage and be more proactive, but Mercy should not be able to out-damage
wipe a team.
Yeah, like it's pretty awesome because he's my favorite character, but it's not something that should incorporate good game balance, and she's just going to get counter-nerfed really hard because of that. It's almost like into the ground.
Oh, and before somebody busts me on this, that almost Masters thing was Lucio Ball. So, yeah. The tweet I tweeted.
That reminds me too. Like they didn't cancel Lucio Ball. It kept going past when people thought they would. Lucio.
You know, the chocolates, the factory.
Back from your day. But they didn't stop rank for Lucio Ball for the event when they said they would, and a lot of people almost lost their rankings because of it, which pays out into a lot of stuff they would have earned. And that there was a huge moment of panic and freak out. And Blizzard's response was, "Oh, it just counts as overtime."
Right. Thanks to that event, I only have one more competitive season until I have another golden gun.
Nice.
Well,
not bad. Maybe.
Because platinum ranking, I think, gives you 800 points or something like that, and I need 1,000. So I'd have to win 200 extra points while playing. But I could probably do that.
I can see you doing that.
Boom, look, you just said it right now.
See that? You did it.
Yay, podcast.
Yay.
Yay, podcast.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, guys, this has been definitely a fun podcast. Thank you for joining me. Randall, thank you for recording and joining in.
Yeah.
Even with your...
Sorry for the kids. They like to yell.
That happens, even
I'll
with
try
your
to
no card
edit it out
games.
as most as I can. But...
James, thank you for being here.
Always.
And Dave, thank you for joining us. It's been a while.
It was good to be back and to not have a shit story to tell, or to not be made to tell my shit story that I have.
See that?
So does that mean Chelsea can listen to this episode?
Yeah, because I didn't end up having to tell it. So we're good. We're good.
All right,
Chelsea, if you're still listening to this point, I'm not mad at you.
Is there anything you'd like to promote there, James?
Well, I mean, you can go check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thegriever2112. I am actually going to be filming my 100th video this week, so that will probably be out.
Milestone.
Yep, that'll be coming out like probably next week or so. So yeah, look forward to that. It's going to be countdown of my top 10 mods I have done.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Actually, and on my other podcast, which I just recorded earlier today, if anyone listening is into football, the NFL, fantasy football, DFS like DraftKings or FanDuel, or if you even just like beer, my friend and I, Britt, started a podcast called the Football Fig Nuts Podcast. You can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, not SoundCloud because they're jerks now.
Also going out of business.
Going out of business, which yeah, it is what it is. And our website is called fignutsdfs.com. So you can find us there, also with the same name on Twitter and Facebook. We are up to episode 11, and the football season is starting soon. Soon as in next week. So, yay! And everyone listening, thank you for joining us once again. My name is Craig. I'll be taking over while Charles is back in his academia, as they say.
My Hero Academia?
Oh shit, Charlie's missing?
Oh.
We love you, Charlie. You know that.
Charlie, I had nothing to do with that. Don't be mad at me. Kill James instead.
There's the intro. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, or teamdba.com or WordPress, teamdba.wordpress.com. You'll find links to the podcast. You'll find links to Jake's pull list, which comes out every week, usually on Thursdays, sometimes depending on my work schedule, Fridays. Also, you can find Jamie's Loot Crate reviews. Also, on our YouTube channel, you will find a new video, a new Let's Play video every day. Like, where else can you get that consistency? Every day you will find a new video up there. So, yeah, check it out. And, yeah, that's where everything is. So remember, folks, I am Craig. This has been the Team DBAH Podcast, number 207. And remember, don't be a hero. Good night.